travel agency training. Okay, so I'm giving a live online webinar and I'm teaching people how to open their own home-based agency. The first two seminars I'm giving would be how to open your home health agency, and the other one would be on how to open your home-based travel agency. Now, these workshops will begin on or live online seminar training will begin either in July or August. Um, it most likely will be July. So I will when you register, then we'll have all your information and then we'll contact you as to when they start. Okay, so let's get started with this one. So now I want to talk a little bit about host agencies. When you are a travel agency, this is for people who want to own your own agency. You would have to like put up a security amount. You have to have so much money in the bank, and there's a lot of different licensing you have to get. But if you open your agency under a host agency, then you simply are licensed under that host agency. For example, if you have your own agency and you don't have a host agency, and let's say you want to sell travel in California and Florida. California and Florida requires their own separate licensing so you to sell travel. So you would have to be licensed in Florida, in California, and then other areas of the United States. And I think Washington State, I think they require their own licensing as well. So you would have to uh, be licensed, in the United States as well as the additional places that require licensing. But if you're under a host agency, you simply use their licensing, and then you could still still use the travel. I'm sorry, still sell travel in all areas because a host agency is going to have their license for all of the areas. So you would just use their licensing. And so you, as an agency, can concentrate on selling travel and building up your agency. Now, let's say you want to uh, have people working under you. You want to hire agents working under you. Well, you can do that because this is your agency. So you can hire home-based travel agents, part-time or full-time, to work from their home, selling travel, and they're under you. So all of you would be under the host agency. And so the host agency will let you know how much they charge for all of the travel agents under you. So the agency, okay, so let me explain this. The agency that I'm with, like for instance, they charge my monthly fee because you get it's a monthly fee for your insurance and for your all the technology that you're going to be using. Okay, so if I want to have agencies under me, then I have to pay $41 a month. And each of my agencies under me that's selling travel would pay $12 a month. Okay, but let's say you want to make a little extra. So you can charge every agency under you, um, let's say if you charge them $25 a month or $24 a month or even $20 a month, you would still just pay the host agency the $12 for each of your agents and then you keep the rest. And remember, your fee is going to be a month 41. So then you're having your fee paid without coming out of your pocket, and then each agent under you is paying their $12 plus extra, which will go to you. So everything over the $12 will go to you. Okay. So let's say that they're booking travel under you. And so let's say you're getting 90% of that's what your commission is. You could give the agents under you 50% commission, or 70 percent commission. Let's say you're giving them 60%. That's 30% of their commission you would be keeping. So under each agency, under each agent, you would keep, so if you had 10 of them, in other words, 10 agencies under you, you would keep 30% commission off of every sale that each of those companies sell, each of those travel agents sell. You would get 30% because they're going to get the 60%. In total, you're getting 90%. You see what I'm saying? So to build your own agency is very profitable. Now, let's say you don't want to, you have agents under you that don't want to own their own agency, they just want to be agents. Okay, so if they want to be a travel agent, that's fine. They still are going to pay the $12 a month. I'm sorry, they're still going to pay whatever the fee you're charging them every month. If you're charging them 20, 25, whatever you're charging them, and then $12 for them would still go to the host agent, and all over $12 you would keep. Okay, and then you're still going to get you're still going to give them 30% commission. And so if you're still getting 90 from the agency, you're going to give them 60, and then you keep 30. Now, usually if you're training them too, some people will give 60%, but some people will give 50%. So it depends on what you want to give. You could give them 70% and then you keep 20%. You know what I mean? It depends on what you're giving them, because these are usually going to be untrained agents. If they're, well, or maybe you could give, like for instance, I give my agents 60%. But if they're trained and they already have a clientele, then I would give them 70%. You see what I mean? I would give them a little more than you would take 20. Okay. So that's the way you do that, because like again, you all are going to be under this one host agency. Okay. Now there's some host agency, they won't even deal with people under you at all. They will not, like, if the person leaves you and want to go directly to that host agent, the host agency won't let them do it. They'd have to be under you. If you brought them in after you, they have to stay under you. Okay. But not all host agents are like that. But they should be. Once because you're the one signing these people up under you, okay? And you're training them. All right. So now the people that I have, like, I'm putting you in the webinar. So I'm training you up front. If you have any agents under you that you're signing up, or other people who own their agency signing up, and they're coming to the webinar, they're going to be under you. Okay, because if you bring somebody in under you, I definitely do not allow them to just want to sign up directly with me or the host agency. They can't do that, because if you've brought them in, they're going to be under you. If you only want to get 5% commission from them, or 10% commission from them, that's up to you. But because it's your agency, you set the commission that you want under them. You see what I'm saying? So this could be profitable because you're also selling travel, but then you're also getting commission off of the people under you. So the more people you bring in, the more commission. If you don't want to sell travel, you don't have to sell travel, because you still have a lucrative income coming in, which is passive income that you're not actually working for. Your people are actually getting that travel customer, and you're just actually getting the commission off of them. So that's why you should be an agency and opposed to an agent. Because an agent, nobody, if you're an agent and you refer somebody, they're not under you. If you don't have an agency, they're going to, like, sign on, but they're not going to be under you. So you need to turn yours into an agency, travel agency, so that you could get the commission off the people you bring in to sell the travel. Okay. Now, and this is what goes on with the host agent for you opening a travel agent. So everything, like I said, okay, so all the discount travel and all of that is coming from the host agency. So if you want to do discount travel, different suppliers. Like if they have a high volume, they're automatically gonna give a break for like cruises and things that your customers can't find on their own. So they would have to come to you if they wanted to be able to participate in these large discounts. These are discounts for your clients. So okay, for example, if a host agency is doing $1 million worth of travel a year and another host agency is doing 5 million, who do you think is going to get the bigger discount? The one doing 5 million a year. Okay, so the more your host agent does in travel a year, the more deep discounts you're going to get for your clients. All right, let's go to the next slide. And then we have the fam trips. They're called familiarization trips. They're your trips that you get for little of nothing or a huge discount. Now, you need to take those fan trips because it helps you. It's hard to sell a property if you've never been to the property. Or how can you sell a cruise and say how nice it is if you've never been on a cruise? So these companies want you to come and take these fan trips. Each company or tour operator, they give fan trips and they tell you what the requirement is, okay? Now, in order to start going on fan trips, you need to have the IATA card. The IATA or the CLIA card. There's several cards you can get, but we're going to only talk about the CLIA, which is the cruise agency, or the IATA, which is the air travel. So those identification cards is what you need to be able to get the discount travel. How do you get them? Your host agency requires that you put down, I'm sorry, not that you put down, requires that you sell $5,000 a year in travel. And then you get the card. Now, $5,000 is easy to sell. You sell a couple of cruises and you've earned the 5,000. They go for the gross, not the net that you make. So the gross that you make. So once you have sold $5,000 worth of travel, then they send in your host agency, send your name in to our IATA with the requirements that you've sold $5,000 worth of travel, and then they send you the identification card, the IATA or the CLIA identification card. With that card, you're able to go on discount trips because most tour agencies that or hotels or whatever that offer these fam trips, they're going most of I think I might have seen a few that didn't require it, but most of them do require that you have that. And so that'll be the requirement. And it's always listed that you have a fam that you have the IATA card or the CLIA identification card. Okay, so now let's say you went on the website, the host agent's website, and you've got the destination training for, let's say, Jamaica. Okay, so now that means when you take this test, you're a specialist in selling travel to Jamaica. So now because I'm a specialist for travel for selling travel to Jamaica. Okay, so when I first got the certification, a couple of months later, the the they contacted me from the tourist board in Jamaica and was offering me a fam trip down. And one of the I did not have to have the the IATA card. They were offering me that because Jamaica was one of my specialties. That I had taken the training for destination specialties. It was one of them. And so because of that, they sent me, really it was a fam trip for me going to Jamaica at a discounted rate. So now I don't know. So I'm also a specialist in St. Lucia. I don't know if they had sent me one because at the time, right after that, I ended up going to the hospital, and so I kind of dropped out of travel for like a year or so. So I'm not really sure if St. Lucia sent me one, but I know that Jamaica did. Okay, so they offered me to go on the fam trip without having the IATA card because I was a specialist in selling travel to Jamaica. Okay, so I don't know if all of the destinations offer you that if you're a specialist, but I'm just letting you know that I know that some do. Okay, so you can either take, because again, you're selling travel at they play at Jamaica, so they want you to be able to sell more travel. If you haven't been there, how in the world can you say you're a specialist and you've never been there? Okay, so it's a good thing to go and get these certifications for destination specialists. You'll be able to get them. I'll tell you more about how to get them on the in the webinar. Because matter of fact, you'll be getting a few of them in the webinar. You'll take, you read the information, you take the quiz at the end, and then you'll be able to print out your certification. So you'll be able to do that in the webinar. And then for the host agent training, we have ongoing training where you could just go on the website in your travel agent portal and you can take some more destination travel certification courses. You just take them, take the quiz at the end, download the certification. Okay. So now for attending this live webinar, I'm giving you a host agents with this. Now, host agencies usually charge a startup fee. They usually charge a registration or an enrollment fee, and it's usually anywhere from $200 to $500, and you have to pay that plus the monthly payment. Okay, but because you're taking my webinar, you don't have to pay the down payment for the host agent at this time. Now, it might change later, but right now you do not have to pay it. The only thing you have to pay for is for the travel, the live webinar. And so the host agent is going to be included. And then you'll just pay you pay $20 a month, your ongoing fee for your E&O travel agent insurance that you need, and then for all the technology, and you'll get the website and the booking engine, just a lot of stuff you'll get. We'll go over that in the webinar. So when you sign on and you come to the webinar, in the webinar we will automatically let you either I will have, when you register or put your deposit down for the class or pay for the class, I will automatically get you enrolled into the host agency program, because I want to get you enrolled before you actually get into the live webinar. So you can already be set up when you're in the live webinar, and we could just go on the computer and look at your training portal and everything else. So anyway, you'll be signed up. Once you register, you'll be signed up for the host agency, and so you'll be able to so we can go through all that, because you want to look. I want to teach you. Um, the host agency that I'm signed up with, they have uh, the booking engine that they have. I want to be able to train you on the booking engine and everything. So you'll just log into your portal, for the travel agent portal on the host, for the host agent, and we'll just automatically go into the booking system, so you can learn how to set that up and learn how to um, make reservations for people. Okay. So, let me see what else. Let me go to the next slide. So again, you'll have, after the webinar, you can always go on your portal, travel agency portal, which I'll show you, and then you could do your own do-it-yourself training for yourself. You just download it, and again, some of the destination cruises, you'll just you'll read it or listen to the video, take the cruises. Take the information, and then you take the quiz, and then you'll get a certification. Now, not all of everything in the training you will get a certification. Some things you will, destinations definitely, cruises definitely, but some things you won't. It's just be ongoing training. And there will be some a webinar on demand videos that you can listen to with your ongoing training, and listen to just from the comfort of your home. But when you take this webinar, you'll be trained to be a travel agent. So you will be able to start booking right away. You'll know how to book with the book engine. You'll know how to fill out a customer's PRN. You'll be set and be able to go on and know how to do travel. Because most of these host agencies, when you sign up with them, they don't take you through any webinar or train, or you're just on your own. You sign up and you have to go to the website and kind of figure it out. They do have training listed, but you have to figure it out yourself, what to take and all that. So this way it helps you because you're already trained. Okay. Okay, so if you're interested in knowing more about this webinar, you're going to go to www.globalelite.academy, and then you can register there. If you need to, or pay for the course, if you need a payment plan, please contact me at Patricia at executive abbreviation for market.com. If you need to call the office, then the phone number is listed on this Global Elite Academy website. Just look on the number there, call and say you need you want a payment plan for the course. Okay, so I think that's it. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, and that's it. So what I want to tell you is that travel is slow right now because of COVID-19. But this is the perfect time to get in because this is the time people are itching to travel. They really are. They're tired of being in the house or can't go anywhere, and they're itching to travel. So soon as everything is lifted from, COVID-19 virus, it's going to get very, very busy again. So this is a good time for you to get into travel and learn it, to really learn it, and then when if things open up, you'll be ready to go or ready to travel. Now the travel agency like the cruise line and just different tour operators, they are offering discount rate for your customers for traveling. Some of them are offering a lot of discount rate, but because COVID is on the rise, there are some people who don't want to go on a cruise because you're in a group of people and things like that. So I really believe that the discounts for your clients is going to keep going. They're starting now, but it's going to be ongoing because the government is. I don't know if they passed it or they proposed it, but they're giving like a $5,000 refund or something on your taxes if you've taken some type of travel. So they are trying to boost it up. And like I said, when the travel open back up, it's going to be very busy. So this is the time for you to get in there, get in, learn it, get your certifications, destinations, learn it, and then you can start selling your travel. Okay, so good luck and the end.